Hello, my good people. How are you guys doing? Um, I thank you guys. I always say kudos to my good people, kudos to my friends, kudos to my well wishers, kudos to people that believe what I believe. What do I believe? Justice, equity, and fairness. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. That is the main key that holds humanity. I thank you guys for watching. I thank you for tuning in today. My good people, we always here to bring you a common sense and what a clear conscience can do for you. You know, I keep on talking and saying that there is nothing like common sense. When you always use your common sense, you hardly make a mistake, my good people. I'm telling you, I have experienced it. When you use your common sense, you will be able to judge correctly. You will be able to analyze things. You're going to be a rational thinker. You don't just give judgment to some certain things without reasoning or without knowing the actual fact before you say something or before you talk. And also, when you use your common sense and conscience, you're going to know that people will be seeing you as somebody who is full of wisdom. I'm telling you. So, my good people, I thank you guys, like before I said, for tuning in, for listening to me. I always happy to see that you guys are patronizing me in this channel by subscribing. You guys like, you guys share my video, you guys do all sorts of things to uplift me in this channel. I thank you guys a lot. And I will not fail to be thanking you guys because you guys are the one that makes me proud. You make me to be here talking always and bringing you the things that is going on in Nigeria, in Africa, and all over the world. So I thank you guys so much for your support. I thank you for your appreciation. And I also appreciate you guys. Thank you. If this is your first time of tuning in, this channel is Dan Speaks Common Sense TV. This is where we use our common sense and conscience to live in this world. Because common sense is being given by God. It does not, non-human being gave it to you. You can't get it from school. You can't get it from anywhere. It's God directly. So, thank you. Now, please, my good people, I want you to pay attention, real attention in this topic. Because this topic, this moment, is a topic that people should learn from. What am I saying? You know, in Nigeria, we have a lot of people that came out. Maybe they say they're activists or they are revolution, something, all those type of things, or agitation, whatever. We have a lot of them. They are agitating, they are doing protests, they are activists, They are one thing or the other. Most of them use those names and platforms also to be surviving in that country called Nigeria. But in reality, what they are doing does not have any effect. But within them, they think that it has an effect. So, and you are doing it, and you are still in the mix of people that you are fighting for. That means they don't have any regard on you, and they don't think that you are a threat, or you can stop them from whatever thing they are doing. That maybe the country is complaining, or the world is complaining, or the citizens are complaining that what they are doing is not good. In any country or government that is being rooted in corruption and criminality, if people comes against them or trying to criticize them or work against them, that government cannot leave you to be walking around. It never happened, because they feel that you are a threat, or you can disrupt their governance. They will not allow you to be walking, intermingling with them and other things. No, they will not allow you. The only time you're going to be free is if you are not within that country. But if you are in the country and you are real an activist or human rights, you belong to a human rights organization or any other powerful group that fights the government, or there is something you are doing that government feel that you are a threat, you will not live, they will not allow, you cannot even live in that country. Like, for example, when the present president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when Abacha feel that he was a threat, him and his group, they ran away. They ran away. Yeah, they ran away from Nigeria, because they themselves, they know what they were doing that was affecting the government badly. So when Abacha came after them, they ran away and later came back. And now he is a president. But tell me that that thing that was happening during Abacha regime that made him to be working or fighting Abacha government is almost the same thing happening now. And he is in charge and also doing the same thing. So my brother, my sister, when you see all these things with your two eyes, and you think because you are educated, or you call yourself a learned person, or a lawyer, or whatever you are activist, then you think there is any miracle or magic that will make you to survive in that country. And you ask yourself, if I'm 30 years, if I'm 40 years, if I'm 50 years, if I'm 60 years, since I was born, have there be any change in that country called Nigeria? Why am I saying this? This is just an advice. You see, I don't believe, and I have to say it here now, that there is anything Sowore can be doing that will make him to become Nigerian president. I don't think there is anything he will do. Because the way that country is structured, somebody like Sowore, they will never allow him to come close becoming a president. That is one thing. There is no way this group of cabals and elites will allow somebody like Very Dark Man to become anything in government unless he allows them to penetrate him and corrupt him so that they will have something to accuse him of. There is no way they will allow what is his name? The one they arrested now. Is it Rotomi or something like, yeah, something of that nature. There is no way they will allow him to become useful or do anything tangible in that country. The only thing he can do is to be talking, analyzing them, calling them all sorts of names, but already they know that that place they put him by the corner is where he's gonna be or stay and be lamented. And they don't care because they know that he cannot do anything and they will not give him any post. So he will be living in miserable, talking about them, and they don't care. Now, what about Aisha Yusuf? Aisha has been talking, lamenting. The only thing they are doing is to threaten her. But they know that Aisha is not harmful to them. And she's not a threat to them. These people are smart. You mean politicians? They are smart. Either they buy you over for you to shut up your mouth, or they push you to a corner where they will keep you. You're going to be there talking and lamenting, cursing them. They don't care. But immediately you start being threatened, they will come after you. So that is why you can see a lot of them gallivanting, talking, both in the social media and anywhere, and the government still kept quiet because they are not yet a threat. Because the ones that are a threat, government spend millions to look for them.
Or misled in Ekiti, and I would have been remanded in prison custody for being somebody who was meant to face trial and who had refused to bring himself to court. If I have committed any wrong for which the state requires my attendance in a court or at a police station, they know exactly where I live. I will live only once, but I will not live cowering to any man. Let us be clear. If and when I have a charge to answer before a court. You all know where I live. I'm not hiding, and I'm not running away from anybody. Let us be very clear about that.
All right, Rufai, he clearly had information right before he was picked up, and everything he said followed exactly how it happened. I mean, this country. But let me take some reactions that have also trailed his imprisonment at this moment, because you know that he's been denied bail. Let's take this one from former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who has called for the release of Dele Farotimi. While reacting in a post on X, Atiku said Farotimi's arrest serves as a grim reminder of the dark days of military dictatorship, when the iron fist of tyranny sought to crush all dissent. Well, he went further to state, I am made aware that Dele is being accused of defamation, an offense that under normal circumstances should not warrant the involvement of law enforcement. The police's intervention in such matters is nothing less than the use of a sledgehammer to swat a fly, an overreach of unimaginable proportions. But we know also that, Omoyele Sowore has been on this case. Yes. Yesterday, he put out a tweet about a nationwide global protest against the Nigerian judiciary using the hashtags Free Dele Farotimi, hashtag Press Freedom, hashtag Replace Cybercrime Act. Nigerians refuse to be silenced. And he's calling Nigerians to come out December 10th, I believe. Also, the locations are in Lagos and the Afe Babalola Chambers, Abuja Federal Ministry of Justice, Ekiti, Police Headquarters, Ado Ekiti, London's King's College campus. He's calling for a protest at this point.
Dele is not a coward. Dele stands by his convictions. Dele is a man of convictions. And the truth is, he had seen all of this that will happen to him. And as he said it in the press conference, everything is panning out.
Yeah.
For defamation, he's now being held in custody till the 10th of December, after he was taken away. It's not even the police division in Lagos. It's all the way from Ekiti. The police division from Ekiti that came to take him, they're supposed to be under the zone of that in Lagos. He had gone to write his own statement side of an earlier petition. They didn't inform him. All of a sudden they came and they took him away. They went to his office, slapped his cleaner that worked in that office. There's an interview. And they took this man away. Took him all the way to Ekiti. All for what? Defamation. Defamation. If you feel defamed, you should be able to report to the court. Not taking the man away in this style. You can see guns assaulting him, assaulting people that work with him. And we say we have a country. Like Dele said, sometimes we should pretend that we have a country. Mm-hmm. Let's pretend for a bit that rule of law even works in this country. Let's pretend that the rights of people are respected. Because we all pretend. Also, I saw a paper released yesterday, the deposition of Mr. Afe Babalola, where he wrote that part of his demand was that he wanted the book to be taken out of circulation. Yeah. So maybe us that we are showing the book now, Doctor, but you are the expert in defamation law. So maybe us that we are showing picture of the book now, they will say we should not show it again.
Until the court decides.
Or the court decides.
There's a bookshop that stocks the book, and they have been targeted. So the book, it's important to mention.
But as the court decided. No.
The court hasn't decided.
As the court decided. So these are part of the things we keep saying.
Okay.
But see, and for those, I want to talk about them. For those that Dele said we're going to collect all sorts of things to be able to twist narrative in the media, have a conscience. You remember what Nimola said? First they came for the Jews, they came for the Gentiles, they came for other people. But he kept on pushing it back. When they came for him, there was nobody to speak for him. It is Dele today, you don't know who it will happen to.
All right, Dr. Abati, in that video we heard Dele Farotimi saying that, there appears to be some sort of fraudulent means by saying that, court orders would be served to him. So basically claiming that he never received anything before his arrest.
Okay, we discussed this matter yesterday. before additional facts
Came out.
And what we said yesterday was that, yes, defamation is an offense. It's a felony under sections 373, 375 of the Criminal Code. We also condemned the manner in which the police invaded his office and turned the place upside down, that they didn't need all of that drama. And we also made the point that the fact that anybody is an activist or has access to any medium of mass communication does not give you the right to defame other people, because other people have the right to defend their reputation. And that's the second leg of it that I would like to add this morning. As follows. Dele Farotimi has already gone to the court in Lagos, I think Federal High Court, led by my former teacher and supervisor at Lagos State University, Professor Imiri, to insist on the enforcement of his fundamental human rights. Now, when you read the matter submitted, that he was harassed, assaulted, abducted, treated without dignity, and under the laws, 33, 34, 45, 41, under the 1999 Constitution, is entitled to be treated with dignity, whatever the offense may be. So it's for the court to say that he has been poorly treated, because a person is considered innocent until adjudged guilty. So you have a fundamental human rights enforcement case already before the court. And he also has the right to stand up for himself. You say he's been remanded in prison till December 10, where that's the prerogative of the court. And the court says it is on December 10 that it will listen to the plea for bail. It's a bailable offense anyway, but we'll see how the court processes that. Now, the second part of it is the part that is not part of the conversation. That is the right of Chief Afe Babalola. Chief Afe Babalola is saying that in this book, Democracy and the criminal justice system in Nigeria, the violation of the criminal justice system, that from the prefatory pages, page 9, page 10 thereof, and in subsequent pages, all between pages 41 and 84, that he was defamed, that he was accused of corrupting the judicial system, of compromising the Supreme Court of Nigeria, of using under-the-table tactics to, procure judgment in a Jomu and Ojomu family, and in which Dele Farotimi was counsel to one of the affected estates in this part of Lagos. Now, there was variation of judgment, there was involvement of the Lagos state government, and all of that matter. So, Dele Farotimi himself as counsel was an interested party. And Chief Afe Babalola is saying that he has been defamed. He has been called an indolent lawyer. He has been called an intellectually incapable person. All kinds of adjectives. You can read the submission. And he says that he has been defamed to the extent that he has been at the bar for 6 decades as head of Emmanuel Chambers, that has produced 14 SANs, 300 lawyers, and that in addition, he has been pro-chancellor and chairman of the Council of the University of Lagos. He's also founder of ABUAD, Afe Babalola University in Ado-Ekiti. And he's a man of strong standing in society who has been honored, OFR, CON, both at home and honored also abroad. Right. And that to this extent, he thinks that in that book, he has been defamed. What is his prayer? His prayer is that the book should be withdrawn from circulation. Now, Dele Farotimi, in his own submission, says he has a right under Section 39. The residual point, if I may just summarize, is that, look, Section 39, if you place it against Sections 373 and 375 of the Criminal Code, and you do a community reading, the implication, what it means in terms of community reading, is that under no circumstance can you defame anybody. If A says this is what it is, his own right begins where yours stops. However, as I said yesterday in defamation, you have several defenses: truth, absolute privilege, statute of limitations, But these are issues, or fairness, fair comment. Yeah. These are issues that the court will decide. Right. But it's important that we give the two sides of it and not take sides.
Thanks for that balance, Dr. Abati.